If you've been following this page for a while, you know that I'm a little obsessed with the Scream franchise. Just a little bit. The thing is, no matter what topic I'm talking about in these little videos, I always get a comment about a certain Ghostface's revival. Ever since Stu Macher, one of the two Ghostfaces from the 1996 original slasher, got his face smashed in with a CRT television, the fans have simply wanted more. Matthew Lillard, the actor who portrays the character, made a cameo appearance in the sequel just a year later, leading to many online theories about the character's miraculous survival. It's the longest running over-the-top Scream theory, right there alongside Sidney eventually donning the mask. While I think those theories are ridiculous, it doesn't mean the actor in question here hasn't entertained those possibilities before.
So just go ahead and explain I'm assuming your role in the next Scream movie?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked because I've been waiting to break this. No, I am not in the movie, and even if I was, I would lie direct to your face. Directly to your face.
Matthew Lillard has responded numerous times to the theory, and Scream 6 even poked a bit of fun at it by having one of their own Ghostfaces meet their end with the same TV. The theory has snowballed so much over the years that I think the next Scary Movie could play around with it itself. Now let's get into our very first Scary Movie 6 theory video. Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Scary Movie 6 just announced its release date is June 12th of 2026, just a little under 4 months after the release of Scream 7. The Wayans brothers and many other folks potentially involved, including Dave Sheridan, have said that the 6th entry will resurrect the parody franchise by making fun of the current state of horror. That's how this franchise got itself off the ground in the first place anyways, making fun of the original Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and various other movies from the late 90s. Now that the series is back in the hands of the original creators, they plan to target these horror franchises all over again. Speaking of which, the Scream franchise has recently been reinvigorated with new entries such as Scream 2022 and Scream 6 that were highly profitable at the box office. Collectively, the last two entries in the Scream series pulled in almost $310 million. And although they were successful, that doesn't mean they're without their flaws. Quite a few production missteps have popped up behind the scenes with a pay dispute between the studio and Neve Campbell that led to her absence in the 6th entry, the unwarranted firing of lead Melissa Barrera for posts on her social media page, and countless production issues for the 7th installment. Many fans online have been vocal about their disdain towards Spyglass Media for cutting ties with Melissa Barrera, which has led to some fans even wanting to boycott the new entry of Scream. It's more than obvious why the Wayans brothers have chosen now to be the time to come back to this franchise with all of these production issues. There are a lot of things to make fun of when it comes to Scream, maybe more than ever. While those recent films and issues behind the scenes are totally the impetus for why we're getting a Scary Movie revival right now, the big question of today's video is what are some of those jokes? What are those things that they're going to poke fun at? Well, Scary Movie 6 will likely deal with the Stu revival theories in their own unique way. If you remember at the end of the original Scary Movie, it's revealed that Special Officer Doofy has been the killer the entire time, in a fantastic little parody of the Usual Suspects ending. With Doofy still out there, I'm sure he'll return for the 6th entry of Scary Movie to parody the practicality of what if Stu Macher actually did come back for a 7th installment. There's a lot to dissect there, and we're gonna get to that a little later on in this video. But talking a little bit about Dave Sheridan here, the actor who plays Doofy, the guy has been very vocal about Scary Movie 6, saying it's not going to water down the humor.
The only thing I can 100% tell you is the Ghostface will return. From what I know of the original script, it did fall in line with what Scary Movie did with really following the story of the Screams. So this would be like the Scream 4, 5, and 6. Or was it just Scream 5 and 6?
Yeah, 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Well, there's 7 coming out.
While we wait to hear some of the criticism from the Wayans brothers, Scream 6 in particular has already gotten some flack from Stu Macher himself, Matthew Lillard. Talking with Games Radar Plus, Lillard shared his thoughts on Scream 6, saying, "I thought the movie got too violent. I think 6 was like, I don't think Ghostface ever needs a shotgun. I think that the movies are, everything is trying to repeat what we did in the first movie in a lot of ways. Like a maniacal monologue at the end. It's really hard hard to do. I hope that Kevin takes it in a brand new, brave, and exciting direction so that we can sort of find different colors and different joys. I don't think this comment was supposed to be malicious towards the latest entry of Scream, but also I think it's a little bit of his response towards basically killing Stu theories in that last movie. The scene where Kirby takes out Ethan during the climax with the same TV that killed Stu Macher couldn't have meant anything else.
I saw that in a scary movie once.
I'd throw a little shade around too if I was Matthew. Like I said though, I don't think there's any malice here because he then goes on to praise Kevin Williamson and Radio Silence. In the same interview, Lillard said, "I think it's in a good place. I think that the movie being back in the hands of Kevin Williamson is great. I love what Tyler Gillette and Matt Bettinelli Open were doing before, nothing against them. In fact, I thought they were taking a really exciting way. So there's no beef here. I just think Matthew wants to wiggle Stu back into the narrative somehow. I mean, if you were a character in one of the most successful slasher movies ever that was having a resurgence right now, wouldn't you want to be involved with that?" Now, while nearly every Stu theory I have ever heard is borderline nonsensical, it's not out of the realm of possibility. There's a reason fans are talking about it now more than ever. Matthew Lillard is currently in a career renaissance, playing the lead antagonist in Blumhouse's Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. The 2023 film, adapted from the video game of the same name, grossed nearly $300 million at the box office against a $20 million budget, making it the most successful Blumhouse film to date. A sequel arrives this December, and even another film after that is already in the works. Matthew has already been confirmed to appear in both of them. With this newfound success in a movie where he's kind of playing a similar character to Stu Macher in all regards, it's no wonder why so many Scream fans are once again talking about his re-entry to the franchise. The line of thinking here is that Scream 7 would hire Matthew to come back to play Stu again, drawing in all of the Five Nights at Freddy's fans over to the new Scream film. With the people in charge of Scream right now constantly getting blasted with hate for how they've handled things recently, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like this as a means to jump the shark. That one's for you, Principal Himbury. With that idea floating around many Scream theory conversations online, I would not be shocked if the Wayans brothers found a way to bring Doofy back into their next installment that is once again going back to Scream, which again, technically they haven't made fun of Scream since the original Scary Movie. This is a perfect opportunity to do something like that. They could make fun of how Doofy had to hide in the shadows for over 25 years before re-emerging to take revenge on Cindy and Brenda. Like, why would he wait so long? Is he just sitting around in a basement all day jerking off? Well, maybe if that vacuum was there, I could see it with Doofy, but not so much with Stu Macher. I think it would be a hilarious gag to end Scary Movie 6 with. Whether or not Scream 7 goes through with that, it's still parodying the Scream franchise at the end of the day, because the Stu theories still took shape in the 6th entry. Scream 6 went out of its way with that Ethan kill to end those theories so they could move past it. Yet the conversation seems to be stronger than ever. I also think this is a perfect ending to a Scary Movie revival as it continues the story from the original film, very similar to what Scream 2022 is doing, Halloween 2018, Candyman 2021. All of these continuations are going back to the original, and Scary Movie 6 will likely do the same to make fun of all these movies. Personally, I am so excited for Scary Movie 6 and Scream 7. I can't wait to see what both of them do. Hey everybody, before we wrap up today's video, please make sure to subscribe to this page. We are just about to hit 30,000 subscribers, and I'd love to hit that before Scream 7 wraps production. Thank you to everyone who supports this page in any sort of way. What do you guys think about a Doofy or a Stu revival? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.